Hello guys, my name is Siddharth Varde and this is the Mat 1 assignment 1. So the first question is, what is object oriented programming? So object oriented programming is nothing but just a way of writing code. So in this program, in object oriented programming, what we say is we uh, we uh, we think that everything is just an object. Okay, so let's say for example, uh, there is an object, car is one object. So like the entire car is an object, but that there is engine in car, right? So that engine is another object. Then there are tires, so tires are another object. Then there are seats, so seats are another object. So like everything is an object. And that makes the car like an object that is made out of like smaller objects is. Okay, so that is the like and this is the way of programming that is known as object oriented programming, where we perceive everything as an object. Okay, so let's say the second question: what are classes and objects? Explain real time use cases. Okay, so class is nothing but just a blueprint, uh, like uh, that defines what are the objects functionalities and what are the objects properties. Okay, uh, so let's say real time example. Let's say there is a class named player, and the player can shoot or move or attack with melee like with his bare hands. So that is a object. Like the player would be an object, but the uh, the, uh, the actual player that does that is an object. But the blueprint that defines what player can do and what are its property, like how many legs it would have, how much strength would it hit with. So that is that is defined in a class. So an object is just an instance of the class. So like if I have a class named player, so I can create multiple instances of the class, so there can be multiple players, and all of them are separate. Let's the third question is, what are member variables and what are member functions? So okay, member variables are nothing but the variables that are defined inside a class, and those variables represent the properties of an object. And member functions are nothing but functions that are defined inside the class, and those functions defines the functionality of the object. Okay, so let's see the real example. So this is the class player. Okay, so this is the the way of object oriented programming, where I would create a class and then I would create an object, and then I can perform functionalities of that object. So this is the object oriented way of writing code, object oriented programming. And this is class. It has a property name, and it has a functionality to introduce himself. Okay, so when I create an object of that class, I can call that functionality to introduce himself, and this is a property that defines what is his name. So there can be another property, what is his strength. So when he attacks, he would deal damage according to his strength. So there can be like two different objects, p1 and p2, and both would deal different damage to the enemy. So like this is the object oriented programming: classes and objects, and functions, as well as variables. Thank you.